Hola, muy buenas a todos, chicos, ¿qué tal estáis? Espero que bien, bienvenidos de nuevo al canal, bienvenidos a un nuevo vídeo de God of War, chicos, gracias por estar ahí. Estamos aquí en Midgard, chicos, ya sabéis que en el anterior episodio hicimos todo Midgard, ¿vale? Prácticamente lo completamos al 100%, pero ya sabéis que me faltó por encontrar un hallazgo, ¿vale? El hallazgo que me faltaba está aquí, ¿vale? Es esta zona de aquí. Y simplemente tenéis que subir las escaleras, ¿vale? Y estaba aquí el hallazgo, ¿vale? Eso como curiosidad, porque lo hice prácticamente todo. Me falta por llegar aquí, pero para esto necesitamos una cosita. Así que sin más dilación vamos a darle. Vamos a hacer hoy ALFHEIM, amigos. ALFHEIM va a ser el elegido. Así que vamos a una puerta mística y vamos a viajar a ALFHEIM. A ver. Está por aquí, eso es. Bien. Qué pesada con el orbe, macho. Ya iremos a por el orbe. El puñetero orbe está en Vanaheim, pero ese reino lo haremos el último. Sí o sí lo haremos el último, ¿eh? Vamos a ALFHEIM. Vamos a comenzar aquí.
I look forward to exploring ALFHEIM and not having to fight elves.
Oh? What makes you think that's an option?
They've united, haven't they? What possible reason would they have to attack us?
Sorry to say, but there are still plenty of elves out in the Barrens eager for conflict.
But why? Freyr united them. They fought together at Ragnarok.
For those who have spent their lives in combat, peace is not always an option.
Lamentablemente es así, como dice Kratos, ¿eh? Vale. Por descubrir... Vale, todavía nos quedan cosas. A ver. ¿Por dónde podríamos ir? Aquí está uno de los de Berserker. Esto es básicamente el desierto. Pero antes de ir al desierto me gustaría explorar un poquito por dentro ALFHEIM. Vale. Sí. Se viene. ¡Hostia! Bien. Bien. Vale, aparecen más. Vamos. Vale, ya está. Ya está. Recogemos todo. Vale. Chispa congelada. Bien, vamos a ir por aquí. A ver si falta algo. Anda, mira, un cofre. No lo había visto, el cofre este, ¿eh? Vale. Sé que por aquí había un acceso de estos. O sea, un cofre de nornas había. Vale, aquí veo lo de Asgard. Pero creo que es el desierto, ¿no? Debe ser el desierto. Sí, el cofre de las nornas. Bien. Vale, ahí están los restos de Asgard. Y aquí tendría que estar también el cofre. Vale, ojito.
Use a shield strike.
Tía. Dios, lo que me ha quitado. Bien. Joder.
Shield strike now.
Hostia. Muertísimo. Hay que cargárselo. Ahí está el primero. Bien, menos mal, macho. Jolín, voy a tener que comprar.
Aye, and one step closer to giving the realms a shot at healing.
6 de 10. Perfecto. Vale, a Freya creo que la podemos perfeccionar ya a tope, ¿eh? Habilidades, a ver. Sí. Bien. Por aquí estaba. Vale, a ver. 1, 2. Mira, un acceso místico. Vale, pero... una preguntilla. Que aquí tenemos uno. Ahí tenemos otro. Me falta el tercero. Espérate. Ah, míralo. Vale. Manzana. Una de 5. A ver, aquí todo. Vale, pues no tengo que ir a... Bueno, aquí hay un saber. Hay un saber. Que creo que sé dónde está, amigos. Creo que sé dónde está. Hay que dar un buen voltio, ¿eh?
The Temple of Light is certainly gaudier than I remember it.
Aye. I thought it might be why Freyr chose this realm. A change of pace from home.
Por aquí. Es donde...
Have abandoned the Temple of Light at long last.
Ragnarok took a brutal toll on them.
They have retreated to mourn the dead, to take stock of their people.
How long will the peace last? Before another incursion into the temple occurs.
I do not know. But in Asgard, light and dark elf fought as one. I do not think they will forget that.
Es donde os dije que me había dejado el cofre. No sé si lo recordáis, amigos. Bien. Quedar un buen voltio, Pero estamos cerca ya. Eso es lo bueno. Por aquí. Por aquí ya no hay enemigos. Creo que nos los cargamos a todos en su día. Pero, si mal no recuerdo, debería estar por aquí, Está en la fuente esa de poder. Vale. A ver si llegamos pronto. Espérate. Y tiene que ser por aquí. Sí, aquí es. Aquí es donde era. Que, amigos, se me olvidó hacer esta parte de aquí. ¿Veis? Ahí está el saber. Esto es.
Limitless. Limitless what? Power? Growth?
Eso es.
Ambition? A bit vague, isn't it?
Bien. Y creo que ya debería estar todo aquí. Sí. Vale, ahora hay que ir al desierto, perfecto. Vale, pero no jodas que tengo que volver. Tiene pinta de que sí, ¿eh? Aunque me marca uno aquí cerca. Buah, tiene pinta de que tengo que volver, tíos. Qué putada. Vale. Bien. Menos mal que por lo menos hemos desbloqueado un acceso místico rápido. Bastante cerca. Bien, volvemos. Porque tendremos que ir al desierto, ¿eh? Aquí ya no hay nada más que hacer. A ver, por aquí, ¿no? No, por aquí no es. Espérate, ¿por dónde he entrado? Por ahí. Dime que estamos cerca ya. Vale, ya salimos, menos mal. Lo siento, chicos, por esta pausa o periodo de tiempo que hemos perdido aquí. Pero ahora sí que sí, vamos a ir al desierto, A los cañones. Que aquí tenemos muchas cosas que hacer, muchas. Bien.
Oh, good timing. Remember that thing I said you was gonna want to see? You better go feast your peepers before it's over.
Mira, ahí tenemos a Truth.
Wait a bloody moment. Is that?
Thor's hammer and his daughter.
I'll make you proud, Dad.
Y se pira.
Well, good for her.
Una pena que no podamos utilizar ese Mjolnir. Pero bueno. Es lo que hay, amigos, Bien, vamos para allá.
I've never seen such obedience and doing. There is some kind of magic at work here.
Regardless, it should make desert travel downright pleasant. Were it not for a brutal sandstorm.
Vale, aquí hay una gran tormenta, amigos. Hay que hacer una cosa para poder disipar esta tormenta, Vale.
Any particular direction to find your wounded animal? Or are we just enjoying the weather?
How do you hope to find anything in all this?
Perhaps we find a cave first to catch our
Tenemos que disipar la tormenta. Y primero hay que ir aquí.
An entrance to the caves.
Aquí es donde hay que ir primero.
This cave extends underneath the desert.
Aye, a refuge for the Dark Elves by the looks of it. One of the few remaining now that they're barred from the temple. Perhaps we'll find Atreus' wounded animal down here.
Lead the way, Kratos. I trust you to not get us lost underground.
Vale, creía que se rompía, no pasa nada. Bien. Vamos a adentrarnos. Aquí también hay bastante puzzle. Bien. Aquí hacéis esto. Bien. Vale, ojito aquí porque aquí aparecerá un bichito de estos. Bien.
These poor elves, blinded by hate, lashing out at everything and everyone for their fate.
They will not listen to reason. Combat is unavoidable.
Oh, trust me, I know.
Vamos aquí arriba.
Still, I wish it were not the case.
Bien. Perfecto. Y aquí, ¿veis? Aparece uno de estos. Y hay que darles de aquí, básicamente. Ahí está. Bien. Vamos a recoger el loot. Bien. Sin saber.
Patience. A virtue or a threat?
Depends on the reader.
Ahí está. Vamos arriba. Vale, es por aquí. Pero hay que ir aquí también. ¿Por qué? Aquí tenemos una caja de estas de Norna. Un cofre de Norna. Pero esto se abre desde el otro lado. Entonces de momento no lo podemos abrir. Vamos para allá.
This creature Atreus heard. Why wait until now to free it?
It was not a priority.
We were too busy attempting to stave off Ragnarok to indulge in any desert dalliances.
Shame. I imagine Atreus would have enjoyed a quest to free an injured animal.
Yes, he would have.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to twist the knife.
You did not. Atreus has chosen his path. I trust him to be safe.
Vale, un momentito. Creo que hay que darle... Vale, creo que hay que darles de ahí. ¿Podemos bajar aquí? Sí que podemos bajar. Vale. ¿Será desde aquí? Sí. Bien. Abrimos, pero falta uno. Que hay uno. Vale, ya hay otro, Está aquí, Vale, de momento poco podemos hacer.
I wish I had your confidence with my own son when he was Atreus' age. Baldur craved adventure, but with the words of the Norns repeating in my head.
Your worry consumed you, as my rage once did to me.
You overcame it, eventually.
Thanks to Atreus and his mother.
Yes. Perhaps if Odin had loved his children as much as he loved using them, both would still be with us.
Bien. Vale, llegué a tiempo. Un cuerno. Uno de 5, ¿eh? Ahora hay que volver ahí arriba. Bien. 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 Esa es.
Atreus reminds me more of Freyr in his youth than of Balder. His sensitivity, his compulsion to help any and all in need.
That is his mother's influence. Despite all attempts to train him otherwise, Atreus was eager to help lost spirits or run errands for the dwarves during our travels together.
Faye's influence runs deeper than that. Why do you think you're the one assaulting a cave full of hostile dark elves to save a wounded creature?
Vale. Bien, ahora empieza lo interesante. A ver si desde aquí arriba. Vale. Por aquí se baja, pero... que hay un cofre. Vale.
The wee bastard's about to explode!
Bien. A ver. A ver si así. Vale, así no es. Vale, lo entiendo, lo entiendo. Así. Ahí. No, así no es. Será así, supongo, ¿no? A ver. Vale, sí, lo veo, lo veo.
Looks good. excursions like this once served as training for Atreus, or an excuse to gather resources while testing his abilities. But I made him a promise. His voice as my guide.
And his voice told you to come out here?
He would approve. Strange, that means more to me now than it did before he left.
You've said it yourself. Atreus takes after his mother. His approval is her approval.
Bien. Ya podemos ir. Vale, hay una más. ¿Dónde está? Uf. Ya necesitaría un poco de vida, ¿eh? Vale, pero creo que estamos cerca ya. Porque tenemos que liberar a otra criatura mágica para poder disipar la niebla, ¿vale? Esta de aquí, una medusa enorme.
I haven't seen one since I was a child.
Great, Gefew's ghost! That's the largest bloody half-goof I've ever laid eyes on.
But howling sounds familiar.
It's the Song of the Sands. We don't normally sing like this underground.
That must be the cause of the storm.
Aye. Judging by all this hive matter weighing it down, it's been trapped here for dozens of winters.
There must be a way to cut it loose.
I'd wager that there's nothing here a well-placed throw of the axe can't solve.
Bien. Así no es.
If we can clear those rocks away, we might get the right angle.
Vale. ¿Será desde aquí? No. Todo así.
That helped.
Bien. Nope. Así sí, ¿no?
We've cut it loose, but it can't seem to escape.
Much of the hive matter is gone. We can free it from the surface now.
Vale. Hay que ir por aquí.
How in the realms did they capture such a large one?
Half-goofers are known to burrow, so I'd hesitate to place full blame on our dark elf friends.
Even though it's bound by their hive?
Hive matter doesn't belong to the Dark Elves, any more than the light belongs to the Light Elves. It's just another of ALFHEIM's natural resources, one the elves have used since the time of their ancestors. And while the Light Elves seem keen to banish the hive over on their side, the Dark Elves make effective use of it out here in the Barrens.
But if this is true, are we doing more harm than good by destroying this hive?
You wish to leave the creature enslaved?
No. Freyr would have wanted us to do everything in our power to restore this realm. We will free it.
Losa susurrante. Correas de hombro del esplendor. Bueno, ya no nos sirve de mucho, sinceramente. Hay mucho mejores armaduras. A ver. A ver, ir al diario. Vamos a marcar esto. Vamos a liberarla.
Here, you should be able to cut this part away and free the half goofa.
Bien.
I never imagined I'd see a half-goofa fly again. Can't believe the lad missed this.
The storm is gone. The song of the sands has returned to ALFHEIM, albeit somewhat diminished from how I remember it as a child.
Atreus will be glad to hear it is no longer in pain.
You look forward to telling him.
One day, yes.
You gave him a gift, allowing him to walk his own path. I know that wasn't easy.
I know you cared for him as well. You have always done right by Atreus.
He is the best of us.
Bien.
Well, nice to be able to have a real conversation out here for once.
Perfecto. Lo mejor de todo, amigos, es que hay dos. Vale, no hay una, sino que hay dos. Así que vamos a ir haciendo poco a poco, de derecha a izquierda.
Freya, I've always wondered, why was Freyr so revered here so quickly upon his first arrival?
Well, to begin with, it wasn't his first arrival. Very few know this, but Freyr was one of the earliest visitors to ALFHEIM, back in the dawn of realm travel.
Enough. We will continue later.
Artefacto. 2 de 6. Bien. Ron de aflicción. ¿Qué nos da esto? Los ataques de escudo, pulsa 2 veces L1 contra enemigos afligidos por algún estado, consumen la dolencia y provocan una explosión elemental. Bueno. Un poco Vale, esto limpio. Lo malo es que no tengo una piedra, ¿eh? Y aquí hay un este de Berserker.
Freya, earlier you mentioned that Freyr was one of ALFHEIM's first visitors. Care to elaborate? I wasn't in these lands at the dawn of realm travel.
Well, we believed for a long time that all the giants had died in the flood, until one of them appeared in Vanaheim.
Bueno, una cosa, aquí es donde estuvimos, sí.
We will finish later.
Aquí es donde estuvimos, ¿vale? Vamos para allá. Unos restos de Asgard.
Freya, do you mind picking up that story about your brother? I think you said a giant had appeared in Vanaheim.
That's right. Her name was Gerd, and she came offering to teach us the secrets of traveling between realms using 5 stones.
Let this wait. Stay alert.
Bien. Ojito aquí, ¿eh? Porque aquí hay 2 de esos capitanes. Vamos a probar suerte. Hostia. Creo que no tenemos el nivel, ¿eh?
Careful, brother. You're covered in bifrost.
Bueno, vamos a ver si lo voy a poder hacer. Bien. Esto es más fácil. Vamos. Vale, uno menos. Ya. Mierda, tío. No puedo hacerlo de momento, ¿eh? De momento no puedo hacerlo, amigos. Creo que voy muy bajo de nivel aquí. Me tengo que pirar, lo siento. De momento no puedo hacerlo. Vamos a probar con el del Berserker.
The Berserker gravestone. Prepare for another fight. Yeah.
Vale. Vamos a probar suerte.
From under the crow, saga the crow, and bitter pride.
Ya. Mierda, tío. Mierda. Son tres encima, tío. Hostia. De verdad, tengo que potenciar ya de una vez, la armadura, Ya volveremos, amigos. Bien. Vale.
Freya, do you mind picking up that story about your brother? You mentioned a giant had come to Vanaheim to teach you of the Bifrost.
Yes, Gerd.
Set that aside for now.
Vamos para el tesoro.
Come.
O tesoro.
It's down.
Hey, left flank!
The Alpha.
Brother, that ground's found a perch on high!
The Alpha.
Bien.
Go!
Bien. Perfecto. Vamos a ver aquí. Ahí tenéis la descripción. Hay un poema.
More poetry. Delightful.
11 de 14. Nos da cinturón del esplendor. No interesa, la verdad. Hay que matar al cuervito. Creo que estaba por aquí, ¿eh? Eso es. Bien. 32 de 48, no vamos mal. Todavía quedan, evidentemente, pero...
Freya, do you mind picking up that story about your brother? You mentioned a giant had come to Vanaheim to teach you of the Bifrost.
Yes, Gerd.
No more for now. Focus.
Vale, uno. Ok, hay otro. El tercero está arriba, ¿eh? Pero... no sé si se le da desde aquí. Creo que sí. Sí. Bien. Manzana. A ver si subimos ya a tope. Tanto la ira como la salud. Y así, pues bueno, tendremos un poquito de facilidades a la hora de hacer lo de las lápidas.
Freya, do you mind picking up that story about your brother? You mentioned a giant had come to Vanaheim to teach you of the Bifrost.
Yes, Gerd. Freyr became immediately infatuated with her. He always yearned to wander.
Hold that thought. I think it's about to get violent. Left flank!
On your guard, Kratos!
Vale, cuidado que no veo nada.
On your left!
No, la ira no. Bien.
So, these are the ALFHEIM schematics, eh?
You know of him.
Ahí está.
Aye. One of the most gifted dwarven smiths around. Until he developed a conscience, anyhow.
Guanteletes de esplendor. Cuervito. Aquí.
A horn.
Artefacto.
Look here.
Vale, ¿qué nos dice esto? Vale, ahí lo tenéis. Nada más aquí.
Freya, getting back to your brother learning to realm travel. You said he fell in love with his teacher.
Yes, Girth. Someone he could wander with as never before. So, wander they did, exploring the world tree from root to branch. But one day, it came time for Girth to wander away. Freyr was heartbroken and resolved
Ahí ya
himself to
iremos.
perform some great feat to win her back. He set his aim on the grandest of gestures. He intended to be the first to find the elusive source of Bifrost light.
Enough talk for now. Be ready.
Se viene pelea.
I see it.
Enemies to your left!
You're on fire, Kratos. It will pass.
Bien. Bien.
That's what she
Bien.
was called. I'm trying to remember which god raised her dander up.
It does not matter.
Doesn't it?
If rage is all that remains, her reasons are irrelevant.
Perfecto. Otra chispa del caos. Creo que había una cosa más por aquí, eso
Freya,
es.
returning to the story of your brother, you said he made it his mission to find the source of Bifrost light.
He did indeed.
Another time. We must focus.
Bien. A ver aquí. Vale, desde el otro lado hay que darle. Bien. ver, ¿cómo vamos? Vale, esta zona creo que ya estaría, ¿eh? Sí, porque me falta una lápida de Berserker y restos de Asgard, que de momento no los puedo hacer. Tenemos que ir a la otra zona. Que aquí también hay una lápida de Berserker, por cierto. Vale. Vamos a la otra zona.
Freya, returning to the story of your brother, you said he made it his mission to find the source of Bifrost light.
He did indeed.
Hold. Let us search this area.
Much of the sand has been cleared away, but another storm rages beyond that pass, which must mean...
Another half-goofer.
Meki.
Puerta abierta.
I remember when Freya and I traveled to this realm as children. The desert was healthy and full of life then.
Vale, acceso místico, me
I
gusta.
can't help but fear that era has ended for good and our efforts here are futile.
It's a fair concern. Feeling this land will take more than a pair of singing half-goofer. But I have to believe, in the long run, we're doing right by ALFHEIM.
Bien.
Well, best we start looking for a way underground.
People look out for a cave!
Vamos a hacer lo de la Halgufa o como se llame. Por esto. Vale, esto sí. Vale. Vamos así de momento. Pero... Esto. Aquí debe ser.
I see an entrance!
Freya never saw how poorly these lands fared in his absence, did he? He would appreciate our efforts out here.
Aye. Hearing the Song of the Sands again is a rare privilege, even if it's only a solo act.
Or a duet, once this Hofgufa is free. This architecture, it is not of the Dark Elves.
An abandoned
Vale,
ancient
podemos ir por ahí o por ahí.
settlement, looks of it. Well, long before the Lightwell's creation.
More hives there as well.
I'd say we're on the right track then.
Aquí no hay nada. Pero podemos ir por ahí. O podemos ir abajo, espérate. Vamos a ir arriba. Un cofrecito. Bien.
This kind of hive material is sensitive to sound. How odd. When I last came here with you and Atreus, I assumed the absence of ALFHEIM's light was an aberration. I didn't
No sé para qué
realize it was
sirve,
covered by
la verdad.
half matter.
Aye. And as far as the Dark Elves are concerned, it's that light column in the center of the temple that's the aberration. Just look at how old some of these surfaces are. Far older than the light well, or even our trapped half-giffer for that matter.
That's quite the empathetic perspective, Mimir.
Well, dangle from a burly god's backside for a few winters, and you'll find yourself looking for all sorts of new perspectives.
Vale, es por aquí. Pero no haberme dejado nada, ¿eh?
Well, there you go. Enemy behind you!
Vale, hay un...
Enemies on the left!
Bien. Voy a por el cofrecito. Vale. ¿Dónde está? Vale, está ahí. Bien. Hostia. Vale.
Light elves don't often travel underneath the Barrens, do they?
Territory changes hands often in ALFHEIM, or so it appears.
Big Veer did mention that these
Sin
ruins
saber.
have historical significance for the Light Elves. I assume they're only here to keep intruders out.
Well, at least they tried.
I suspect the corpse below would disagree.
Vale. Vamos para allá. Vale, ahí veo un cofre que posiblemente necesitemos. A ver. Bien. Abajo, ¿no? A ver, siempre mirando. Bien. Aquí debería haber...
That dense hive is blocking the way. There must be a way back.
Good eye. Let's continue, shall we?
Easy, easy. Vale. Bajamos.
Enemy behind you.
¿Dónde?
Big ball of light coming your way.
Behind you.
Nasty hit. You all right, brother?
Bien. Bien, 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 bien.
I hope freeing these Hofgufas will allow them to breed again. It was a dazzling display once. The skies of ALFHEIM filled with their song.
I imagine it's the lack of fresh light that's caused this pair to grow abnormally large. No use in having babies if there's nothing for them to feed on.
Trying to protect their children from a harsh world. I can relate.
Vale, hay que... Lo primero, hay que entrar ahí arriba. Y lo segundo, hay que romper esto. ¿Cuál es el problema? Que no veo dónde... ¿Desde dónde le podría dar? A ver, voy a subir. Vale, desde aquí. Bajamos. Bien. Toque de gel. Lo que sí que me voy a cambiar es el fuerte este, ¿eh? Es el que tenía antes. Hacemos así. Bien. Arriba. Vale, está bloqueado. Bien.
I wonder if these two comprehend the choice they face once free.
What choice do you speak of?
The life cycle of the Hashluka. In order to breed, they must pass on their light to their children.
And without light, they will die.
I suppose that's all any of us can hope for in the end. That our death has purpose. That we can live on through our children. Well, given another chance, I know what choice I would make.
A ver cómo lo hago esto, ¿eh? No me deja el otro. ¿Dónde está la piedra esa que hice? No la veo, ¿eh? Ahí tampoco. No lo tengo muy claro, ¿eh? Es que me estoy dejando algo seguro.
There must be a way over there.
Danos una pista, Freya. Espérate. Ahora. No lo había visto, tíos, ¿eh? Vale.
Good. Almost there.
Vale, ahora sí, ¿no? Ahí está.
Well done. Time to set it loose.
Aye.
Me ha costado, ¿eh? Buenísima. Artefacto.
Used in many of Freyr's blessings, I imagine.
Losa susurrante, pero necesito cristal no sé qué. A ver esto. Bueno. Un poco flojo. A ver, ¿dónde estamos? Que yo me oriente.
The fate of these creatures reminds me of a story.
Does it?
There once was a blacksmith whose king commanded him to construct a box that could contain all the evils of the world. But no metal could hold such a power. So the blacksmith used the flame of...
Is this a story meant to ease my grief?
Perhaps it is just a story. A way to pass the time.
I appreciate the sentiment, but... well, your stories...
What about my stories?
I wouldn't exactly call them a comfort.
Fair. Mimir is the better storyteller.
Now, don't sell yourself short, brother. You've come a long way from the days of laconic fables.
It's okay. Finish your story.
The blacksmith's daughter was the key to unlocking the box. He died trying to protect her from those who would open it.
Well, at least it's a relatable story.
Vale. Bien. Vale.
It appears we've overstayed our welcome in ALFHEIM.
Time to end this storm.
Vale, vámonos. Bien. Perfecto. Ahí está la segunda. Habgufa doble, trofeo ganado.
If my stories have no comfort, take solace in...
Vale, ahí lo dejo.
You did what you thought was best for your son's safety. Even these creatures know. There is little choice for a parent. You are not alone.
I'm not, am I? And now neither are they.
Sí.
Song of the Sands. Well, didn't know I could get misty. It's beautiful.
Perfecto.
Thank you, Kratos. This land sings once more. We've done good here.
Ya están juntitas.
No rush to leave yet, is there? Who knows what kind of adventures await us in a freshly lit barrens?
Se desvanecen.
A light elf statue in the desert. Odd.
Aye. Fair bet this is the sanctum Big Deer spoke of in Vanheim.
Vale. Aquí, chicos. Vale, hay que destrozar esto de aquí, Yo me acuerdo que me tiré varias horas buscando esto. Porque creo que aquí hay un cuervo también. Sí, ya lo oigo.
Light elf grant. An entire mausoleum.
Bien.
In the temple.
A fair question.
With no clear answer.
Vale. Hay que buscar el mejor ángulo, yo creo, aquí, Uf, este va a estar complicado, Ya le había dado bien ahora. Ahora. Vale. A ver cómo hago yo esto. Hostia. A ver, hay que pensarlo, amigos, Pero es que, claro. No hay ninguna bombita o algo por el estilo. No. Porque tampoco hay ninguna encendida. Ah, vale. Esa es la primera. Vale. Lo pillo. A ver. Vale. Ah. Ahora. Ahora. Vale, un cuerno. 2 de 5. Todavía quedan, todavía quedan. Tenemos que encontrar también la flor esta de ALFHEIM. Es una misión secundaria también. Vamos a salir. Y seguimos explorando, amigos,
Freya, returning to the story of your brother, you said he made it his mission to find the source of Bifrost light.
He did indeed.
Not now.
Aquí hay que subir.
That a Cavassier poem.
Otro poema.
This one.
Ahí tenéis la descripción. A ver. ¡Hostia! ¿Dónde está? Vale, ahí hay uno. Vale. Bien. Mierda.
Leave yourself an opening. Don't waste it.
Bien. Vale. ¿Qué hay otro? Vale. Ya está. Vale, ¿qué nos da? Honor de ALFHEIM. Esquivar en el último segundo potencia el siguiente ataque de Kratos en función de su fuerza. Hostia, este me gusta, Vale, ninguno de estos. ¿Será por aquí? Vale, el cuervito. Bien. 35 de 48, no está mal. Vale, no veo nada. Tiene que haber alguna forma. Ah, claro. Ya la veo. Pero a ver si llego, también os digo. Vale. Joder, no llego. Vale, ahora. Pero espérate, aquí no hay nada tampoco. Ah, vale, es desde arriba. Desde aquí. Cogéis un buen angulito. Bien. Acero enano. Esto la verdad no sé qué es.
Vale. Returning to the story of your brother, you said he made it his mission to find the source of Bifrost light.
He did indeed. And he succeeded, although quite by accident.
Vamos arriba.
He believed he navigated best while fortified by a potent blend of Vanir herbs. When he wandered, he wandered.
Enough. We will continue later.
Vale. 5 de 6. Ojito aquí. Vale.
An elven library.
An archive of knowledge.
No sign of the lighthouse.
For now.
Maybe they've left for the day. And we can browse at our leisure.
Vamos a robar.
These rooms.
Nornas del santuario. Ahí tenéis la descripción. Esto es un pergamino del saber. Vale. Todos escritos por el cónsul, ¿eh? 3 de 4.
Aye. He saw that the Aesir would likely use his powerful weapons to cut down his fellow dwarves, so he ripped out his design pages and scattered them.
And what of him?
Well, the All-Father found out. He wasn't terribly pleased.
Oh, mira, una joya, perfecto. Me gusta. Mapa del tesoro, torre olvidada. A ver la ubicación. Esto es ALFHEIM. Creo que ya sé dónde es. Diario del cónsul.
This book is sealed, but there is an inscription. The consul.
Big Veer spoke of an exile of the same name. Odds are he'd like a gander at that particular text.
Vale, que hay un saber también.
All this knowledge of their ancestors, their shared history, poetry.
Ahí está.
Just sitting here, forgotten. What a waste.
Hay que salir. Ojito aquí, ¿eh?
Ah, it appears the librarian would like a word.
Lotta Framborg.
Sounds like she wants that journal back.
No.
Use a shield strike, brother.
Bien. 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 Hostia. No. Joder. Cago en todo, macho. Es que encima no tengo la piedra, tío.
Use a shield strike.
Bien. Bien. Ya está.
They're healing.
She thinks she's protecting them by hiding all this knowledge away.
The elves do not need protection from their history. They need access. A new chapter awaits.
Vale, le perdonamos la vida. Bueno. ¿No nos da nada? No puedo hacer nada. A ver, voy a volver a entrar.
Thought you were going to end her.
At last we traveled
está.
here. After Faye passed, I killed an elf of great importance. The ramifications were dire for his people. I do not wish to make the same mistake twice.
Vale. Hecho. La experta. Vale, vamos a entrar ahí arriba.
So, Freya, how did your brother manage to accidentally discover the source of Bifrost light?
By doing what he did best. Wandering around in a
Hold
veritable
on.
earth.
Prepare for battle.
Behind you, brother!
Hostia.
Kratos, we need you.
Me pilló de sopetón.
Hit the light orb.
Behind you, brother!
Bien. Bien. Esa es. Aquí está el mapa del tesoro. O sea, el tesoro del mapa este que encontramos, perdón. Perfecto. Desbloqueamos esto, importante. Y ojito, virtud de ALFHEIM. Esquivar en el último segundo. Vale, esto ya lo teníamos. Habrá que abrir esto.
Locked. It requires 2 keys.
What are they keeping back there?
That's the beauty of a locked door. It could be anything. Monsters, treasure. Knowing our luck, it'll be a bit of both.
Vale, última reliquia, creo. Eso es.
Right side!
Bien. Bien.
There's frost in my neck stump!
Buenísima. Bien. Polvo de los reinos, madera petrificada. Vale, tenemos que encontrar las 2 llaves estas para poder abrir esto de aquí, amigos. Vamos a buscarlo. Y no sé yo si estarán
So, Freya,
donde los capitanes.
brother managed to accidentally discover the source of Bifrost light.
By doing what he did best, wandering around in a veritable herbal stupor. And he managed to wander from the
Voy a dejar que
World
conte la
Tree
historia porque la está contando ya
directly
10
into the
años.
Lake of Souls. The elves have never seen anybody come out of the lake before, so it got some attention.
Oh, that is bloody hilarious.
I don't know whether he worked his charms at that point or they just assumed him to be a great deity. But of course, he hadn't made this journey in search of responsibility, so he didn't stick around long. Still, the legend of his manifestation was passed along through the ages. It even endured after the Great Division, remembered by light and dark elf alike. So when at last he returned, he was uniquely situated to gain the trust of both sides and help to create a truce. The problem was, both sides trusted only him. So the peace could only last as long as he stayed around to keep it. And with the long war dragging on without an end in sight, I suppose making any kind of peace was an irresistible notion for him. even if it meant having to rule.
Vale. Vamos aquí. Qué malo soy. Esa es.
I wonder if he ever saw this.
That's odd. The runes are dark.
I'm grateful to see Freya remembered this way. But what purpose does all this serve?
Difficult to say without an inscription. But it looks like the elves built this place together, light and dark. Which means this would have been their first act of cooperation in generations. A far cry from lasting peace, but perhaps it served as a monument. One that symbolizes the potential for peace.
This statue may have survived Freya's absence, but a truce clearly would not. Monuments are useless to those who ignore their message.
Diplomacy alone. His godhood, his very presence is what healed this land and allowed peace to take root. But once he left, he had to have known what would happen.
Well, he had good reason to leave. Some jackass convinced his sister to marry a madman.
Vale. Tenemos 2 cristales.
These crystals contain their own light.
You're right. Normally we'd have to provide our own. Perhaps slotting a crystal on the opposite side could shed some light on this mystery.
Vale, 1. ¿Y este lo podemos coger? Sí que lo podemos coger, claro que sí. Anda, pero... Espérate tú. ¿Por qué? Mi pregunta es... Vale, creo que lo veo. Ahí está. Vale, vamos a quitar esto de momento. Y ahora debería dejarme. Eso es.
You said monuments are useless. Why restore this one?
It will get it for some time. Perhaps now it can serve as a reminder.
Aye. Nothing reminds people of their history like chiseled, well-lit marble.
Ah, ya tenemos los 2.
Looks like we can read the inscription now as well.
¿Pero hay algo aquí?
Light from the crystals. It is in the sand now.
Would you look at that? Freya's gift endures after all. Or
La invocación de la tormenta. Hostia, pues me gusta más. Hostia, pero tarda muchísimo más, ¿eh?
did I say his presence?
El iluminado.
You are not funny.
Vale. Vamos a volver. Bien. Esto ya está finiquitado.
Even when Freya was actually here, the peace was fragile. Surely a bit of extra light in the desert isn't enough to make it last.
Before I met Faye, I could not imagine a life of peace. After her death, in our travels to Jotunheim, I found peace on my own. It remains my responsibility to make it last.
I only hope his guidance will last.
¿Lo hemos cogido? Sí, lo hemos cogido.
We will see. But he has given them a chance.
Ah, vale, media llave. Espérate que no me deja. Vale, vamos a ir aquí, amigos. Mira, ahí está la flor.
Freya, look.
Cógela, ¿no? Oye, ¿por qué no me deja...? Espérate, voy a guardar. Salimos. Creo que se ha bugueado. Vale.
Even when Freya was actually here, the peace was fragile. Surely a bit of extra light in the desert isn't enough to make it last.
Before I met Faye, I could not imagine a life of peace. After her death, in our travels
Ya lo tenemos.
I found peace on my own. It remains my responsibility to make it last.
I only hope his guidance will last this time.
Cogemos la flor.
See, but he has given them a chance.
A dawn bloom.
Perhaps we can bring these two animals back to Vanaheim, or Midgard even. Becky and Svana could use a company. We have kennels.
It would not go well for them. Once a predator becomes accustomed to a land, it is cruel to move them.
I suppose you're right. Just seems lonely out here.
It is peaceful. They have each other. It is enough. A vengeful berserker gravestone.
No berserker. Vamos a probar suerte.
Reality the stolid.
Vamos. Dios.
Can't do this without you, Kratos.
Reintentamos, reintentamos.
Reality the stolen.
That sword doesn't belong to you. You are nothing.
Take it off, man. You've got this.
Como en todo, tío. Bien. Bien. Vamos. Vamos. Ya está. Bien. Madre mía. No era difícil, pero madre mía,
It's a symbol of their betrayal, their cruelty personified. The sooner we are done.
Empuñadura de los 9 reinos. Al activar el permafrost glacial, mientras el permafrost está al máximo, se desencadena un cambio de reino.
With it, the better.
If I can make peace with my blades.
I suppose you're right. If Skofnung rids the land of these bastards, I can stomach its presence a bit longer.
Bien. Uno menos. Vale. Vamos a entrar. Bien. Perfecto. Vale, a ver, ojito. Vale, está claro que aquí no es. Espérate, a lo mejor es desde aquí. Bien. esto? Madera petrificada. Vale, esto tiene que ser desde aquí, creo yo. ¿O no? No, ¿qué va? ¿Qué va? Vale. Es que hay que romper, hay que quemarlo de alguna manera, ¿eh? Vale. Seguro que es más fácil de lo que se cree. No. A ver ahora. Vale. Ahora sí. A ver así. Para algunas cosas soy inteligente, para otras no tanto, ¿eh? Vale, un pono mangos de guerra endurecidos. Infligen daño y aturdimiento adicionales. Lo equipamos. Vale. ¿Qué nos queda? Son las arenas prohibidas.
You know, Freyr
A ver, vamos a ir aquí.
breed Gulan pups in Vanaheim. I wonder if these two are the descendants of the Gulan he brought here long
Aquí no hay
ago.
nada.
That explains how they got to the desert. Another gift for the Dark Elves.
The second key.
Sure enough. It's been a bit since we've unlocked a mysterious door. Excited, brother?
Vale, vamos a la puerta.
Classic.
Vale. Ojito aquí, ¿eh?
Something is coming, and it's not happy.
Bien. Bien. Tía. Bien.
What on earth was a drake
Matadracos.
back there?
Your guess is as good as mine. Imprisoning a drake. Can't decide whether to be impressed or horrified.
Right away.
A ver qué nos ha dado.
It is over now.
Vientre gravilla. Vale, fortuna de ALFHEIM. Garra de dragón. A ver, esto, varita mágica rota del difunto mensajero personal de Freyr. Vale, una cosa, ¿cómo lo llevamos aquí? Vale, toda esta zona completa. Perfecto. Aquí, claro, me faltan las lápidas y los restos de Asgard. Pues bueno, podríamos dar por concluido ALFHEIM, amigos.
I wonder, how'd these two pups end up yoked to the sled?
Ever try flying in a sandstorm? I imagine Freyr showed the Dark Elves that Gulon could be trained to pull a plow. They must have found new uses for them once the sandstorm arrived. I imagine they're now bred to aid in traveling the surface.
Vale. Uy, espérate. Vale, no hay nada aquí. Vale, vamos a ir... Vamos a ir aquí, a los cañones. A ver si podemos mejorar algo, lo dudo mucho.
Find that orb yet? Ragnarok armor's on the house. We'll call it a commemorative.
Can this lock be opened without damaging the book? The elves in Freya's camp wish to read it.
Now, why would
¿Qué es esto?
anyone go and lock a book? Seems silly as me. I'm sure I can crack it open for you and get it over to Biggs and Bay.
Una explosión de veneno. Efecto sónico. No me interesa. Me interesaría el del... El que para el tiempo. Ese es el para mí el mejor. A ver, armaduras. Bien. Es que no sé dónde encontrar el cristal destellante este, ¿eh? Vale. Vale, ponemos este mismo. Sí, solamente me quedan las lápidas y los restos de Asgard. Pues sinceramente, chicos, creo que doy por finalizado ALFHEIM. Ya volveré con lo que me queda, pero más o menos ya lo tenemos finiquitado. Así que nos vemos en el próximo capítulo, chicos. Que el próximo capítulo seguramente sea... puede que Niflheim y Muspelheim, haré los dos en uno. Aunque ya lo veré cómo lo hago. Así que nada, chicos, un saludo.